Hi guys, it's Negla. I'm here with the February 2018 reading for both our divine masculine energies and our divine feminine energies for twin flames and divine partners. I wanted to start my video by thanking everyone who has supported my videos and who has liked, shared, and took the time to send me comments about how my videos and my work has been supporting them. This is something that I feel blessed with, that I'm able to do this for the collective and to be able to bring divine messages and channel messages that will help us all go through the changes that we are going through and the shifts in consciousness that we are all helping make happen, and all these shifts that are affecting twin flames and affecting humanity in general. From my last two videos for the month of January, and of course, you know, with the latest, you know, the super blue moon and then the eclipse and all these different changes that we're having, we're seeing this this year as usual, starting with a very strong messages for our own leadership and our own divine direction that we are being geared towards. I feel very much that things are moving in a very positive way for many people who have already started their journey to make positive and real changes in their own union, in their own union within, and in their union with their divine partner or their twin flame. The month of February is not going to be less than that, because it's already started with the energies of the moon itself, the super moon, and it's a blood moon and it's a blue moon. So it's you know, it's just coming with a big bang, really. February is going to be an interesting month for us. I'm feeling two specific messages, which are really mainly one message is coming to us. This is the month of February is going to be all about the heart. This is really what February is going to be all about. We're going to see a lot of changes in how we connect to our own hearts and how we envision exactly how to use our hearts and use our power of love to direct our lives, and how that power of love within our hearts is going to be able to support us in making some maybe some difficult steps, some painful you know, going through some painful memories that we have to kind of heal and fix and go through, so we are able to move up to the next level of our own ascension. For this reading, actually, I felt so guided that I you know, have to do it in the traditional way that I used to do my monthly readings. So I pulled some cards for both our energies, for the divine masculine and for the divine feminine energies. I have not seen those cards, but I'm just gonna uncover them as we go through right now with you guys in this reading. So I'm gonna start by the divine masculine energies, and I'm going to see first what is going on from a healing perspective about you know, what's going on in when it comes to the healing of the divine masculine, and then I'm going to go through the romance angel cards to see what's going on in their romance and their connection with their divine partner. And I pulled some cards also about the careers and finances, and the same thing I'm going to do with the divine feminine. And also for both energies, I pulled some extra cards just to work, see what who from the spirits and who from the gods or the goddesses, or who from the ascended masters is going to be working with both energies. Again, when we're talking about divine masculine and divine feminine energies, as much as each of the divine partners or each of the twin flame couple or unit, maybe one of them is more the feminine and one of them is the masculine, but again, we have to work on balancing both energies within us. And I feel having both you know, readings for the divine feminine and divine masculine energy in the same video will help you do that, because sometimes you as much as you could be maybe the feminine energy, but you could be getting a specific message from the masculine side about that masculine energy within you that you will have to balance. So keep an open mind as you hear this reading. Again, if something doesn't resonate with you, it might not resonate with you at all. this is more of a general reading, but also sometimes if it doesn't resonate with you right now, it might resonate with you in the future if you're working on a specific thing, and it will make sense to you later on. So always keep an open mind when you're watching readings like that. Again, I'm pulling more collective energies and more specific energies coming from your specific spirit guides that they maybe want to show a specific energy that I have to talk about, or a healing that I need to talk about in this reading. I'm pretty excited to see what the cards are saying this time, because I have not uncovered the cards, so I'm very curious myself. So I'm going to start with the Divine Masculine, see what the first card is for us. Okay, so the first card that came for our Divine Masculine is the Thought. This card is about the way that they're saying it right now. This is about smart contemplation. By this, I don't mean it's just like an intelligent, but it's more about that more the masculine energies are thinking about things with a different perspective, smart, or what really is meant by it is more of a spiritual perspective of how their thoughts are. It's basically saying that the Divine Masculine is tapping more into their spiritual ideas, more into the spiritual explanation of their thought process and what's going on in their mind. I feel also with this card, if you look at it really closely, this is someone who is just really sitting in silent contemplation, figuring things out. But at the same time, this silence is coming with a happy note. Like, this is really about the masculine now taking a step back and taking their time to understand themselves before they start to act, understanding where they're coming from, understanding what their thought process is going through, and what they're really meaning with the things that they're thinking about. It's more geared now about them figuring things out for themselves, rather than listening to what's the outside noises and the outside voices about what they need to be doing. I feel this is a very positive card. I really love this card right now. And it's also coming with the whole idea of meditating. See, meditation, you don't have to do it in a specific way. It doesn't have to be that guided form of meditation. For example, you can see maybe on videos and people doing meditation like that. But meditation in itself is that moment that you take in silence, where you actually start to listen to your thoughts, listen to the reasons why you have these thoughts, and you also are able to listen to your heart, listen to your spirit guide. So I feel very much the masculine is taking this time to sit back and relax and actually listen to themselves and listen to what message is coming to them. And it is not coming out of pain. It's really about becoming more mature in the way they are understanding their life and understanding why they're supposed to act in a specific way. This is a very positive card. Let's see what the second card is. It's a good card. The card Love. If you're looking at this card, what she's doing, that example of a soul, she's actually playing an instrument of music. There's a dove up there, and there's a lot of purple or a violet color in this card. This is about the masculine energy tapping into their intuition. See, with that violet, I've been saying a lot about the masculine energies tapping more and more into their divine and feminine energies, which is the power of intuition. It's about the power of connecting with our soul. And this is about the whole idea of what love means. See, a lot of our masculine energies, and of course it's also for the divine feminine energies, like our ideas of love are coming from how we're brought up, how the social programming, how the patriarchal society has been explaining what the idea of love is. The masculine is understanding what love is. They're basically tuning in to the love vibration. And the love vibration is the vibration of the soul. It's a vibration that that is in the the essence of what the soul is, because we are all made out of love, and they are tapping more and more into that divine interpretation or that divine perception of what love really means. It's not just a love about their divine partner, but it's also love that they feel, and understanding that this world is really a reflection of how they have that love within. The dove here, or the the pigeon, is a sign of peace. So there's a lot of peace coming in with that contemplation again about the things that they're going through, and they're really focusing on this whole idea of loving themselves, loving who they are, loving their divine partner, their twin flame, or loving their that divine connection with another person, because it's opening up their whole new perspective about what love is, and what how they want to live it, and how they want to express it to another. There's a lot of peace coming in with this whole idea of love coming to our divine masculine. The third card that is coming for our divine masculine energy is the card Adventure. With this, I'm getting a few messages coming with it. I'm feeling that it's like someone moving away. This is about the masculine moving peacefully and happily away from their past, moving happily and away from the rigid and the old templating and programming that they've been working with for a long time. Even if them working on that templating and staying stagnant in that contemplating, it was important because they had to kind of take that time to allow our divine feminine energy to step forward and to come back into their own power. And now is the divine masculine's time to go forward, and for them to reach out and to understand more about themselves, and really start to move away from that old programming, and from that patriarchal or very rigid and very egotistical way of interpreting what the masculine should be doing. I'm feeling a lot of transformation going on with this card, and also I'm feeling someone moving away. I'm feeling there are others, people, or the divine masculine might be moving countries, moving between states, for example, or moving between homes, because it's a representation of it's showing me right now, and what the guys are showing me, someone being plucked from an environment and being put in a different environment. But they are taking the lead in this. It's not just coming to them. It is their own choice. It's their own feeling at peace with their past, so they're able to move forward. The guys are saying also that they have no regrets of the past. This is an important step for them as they move forward. If they move forward into the new energy with the regrets and the pains of the past, then that move forward is still going to be them being still in the backward energy, on that old and outdated energy. But they're moving forward with strength, and they're moving forward with a lot of time that they're spending. Even if it's taking them time, it is taking them time because they are clearing away all the karmic energies that are connected with the past. It's connected with definitely their karmic partners, karmic situations, karmic jobs, karmic cycles that they've been going through. It could be with friends, could be with family, it could be all of these at the same time as well. Even with their children, karmic connections with their children, cycles of healing that has to be done. So it's a very positive way that the masculine right now is doing things. They're taking their time, they're clearing energies away, and they have much more of an understanding to what it means to be on a divine partnership journey, to be on an ascension journey, and they're tapping more and more into this. Like, it feels that they really want to do their homework. They don't want to cut corners or miss things that they're not understanding. And many of them are watching the divine feminine energies grow and become more and more empowered in their journeys. And it feels very much that our divine masculine, they don't want to be feeling less than the divine feminine, but they want to feel as equally empowered and as equally balanced with them. So they're really working on creating this peaceful and harmonic union within themselves, and also in connection to their twin flame and in connection to their divine partner. They really want to spend time working on that. So it's also a message for our divine feminine in this sense, is to stay patient and stay grounded, because healing takes time. And that cycles that the twin flames especially go through, which is the back and forth cycles. You talk now and then you stop talking for a while. All these cycles are meant to help both partners and both energies work towards their balance and work towards the specific things that have to be healed for a full harmonious union to be accomplished between both. And again, the union is not about two people living together. It's about the energy that is exchanged between two partners, two equal partners. It's about the energy that the two divine souls, or that soul in two divine human beings, is brought forward to be healed and to change old and outdated templates that they both are really working on healing. So be patient with that. Let me show you the Romance angel cards. The card that the masculine is working on is deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I know this card sometimes scares us a little bit about our fear of being deceived by another, but it feels more with this card. This is about the masculine really, this is the masculine removing their mask. See, sometimes we have to wear that mask because we're not ready yet to face the world with our true selves and true authentic selves. And I'm remembering very much in my last reading was about the devil card, and the devil card was about someone hiding their identity or hiding their truth from another. Yes, it could be about deception from another person, or someone not being honest and not being truthful to you, but it's also about us wearing those masks that we carry, so people cannot see our true selves. And that's the masculine really working on their own masks, and they're understanding that that mask has to be removed at some point when they're ready to face themselves much more in that mirror of the world. And the mirror, of course, that is being exemplified by the divine feminine, is their work to become more authentic towards their divine feminine energy. And I feel very much here with this card, and it's a different interpretation, like she is representing a divine feminine, and he is representing a divine masculine. And I feel that the feminine also has a mask, but her mask is more really her choice of making things easier for him. But I feel with this right now, what's coming really strongly with this is the masculine starting to feel more and more comfortable coming forward, more and more comfortable removing their mask because of the compassion and the love that is coming to them from the divine feminine. It's like they understanding now that that mask cannot be held forever, because if they cannot be honest with their divine feminine, with their twin flame or their counterpart, then it really means and shows that they cannot be honest with themselves. And I feel that they really want to remove that mask because they've been given a lot of compassion and love and attention from their divine feminine. So they really are feeling this urge to open up and to become themselves. And it's coming with a lot of work. It's a lot of inner work for them. Again, it's about them taking their time to love the way they look behind that mask. Beautiful card for our masculine. Let's see what the next card is. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This is also again about the divine masculine working to understand the whole idea of how energy flows, and as they try to control their steps even towards their divine feminine, things become more and more difficult or complicated, or it takes a lot more time, because at some point they have to understand the whole idea of letting guidance guide them, letting their divine soul guide them. And they're working on this understanding of that at some point um, they cannot control how they come forward to their divine feminine. They have to let it go. They have to learn to not try to control the scenario of how things should be. I'm feeling also with this card is, if you look at it, she has a child, and the divine masculine is just looking at her. It's like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's like taking their time. But in the middle, we've got angels working on it. So this is about them feeling that they have to be a specific kind of provider, or a specific, they have to reach a specific amount of money, for example, that they have, or a certain knowledge about themselves. But what the angels here and what the spirit guides are saying is, you have to learn to trust that you are whole in your own self. And it's not about how much money we accomplish, or how much social status we reach, or any of those ways that you can calculate life, and how you can calculate your connection with your divine partner, because it's really it's set in the stars, it's made in heaven, it's a divine connection, and calculations like that is not gonna bring you forward towards your divine feminine. It's just making things slower, and it is not making you happy about yourself, because you feel that you have to be at a certain expectation of yourself. And again, they're telling them that they have to lower their expectations to the point where the expectations are not low, but it is about them understanding that there is a divine energy that is working everything, that their soul is divine in themselves, that their souls are perfect in themselves, and everything will flow clearly and easily if they just learn to let it go and work on loving themselves and work on focusing on themselves. So this is a card about the divine masculine working on this specific whole area of letting go, and letting God, and letting the angels, and letting the universe really work things to flow. And it's also about their connection to children as well, whether it's their children, their divine partner's children, and they really want to feel that they are a really good leadership, or a father figure. Of course, again, the divine masculine could be it's not a gender specific. Again, it's also within all of us. So they're trying to figure out their connection with the children of their divine partner, their connection. They want to be the best that they can as a father, or as a, in that motherhood role, or that in fatherhood role, or that masculine role. So they want to be able to feel good about themselves, because it's not only about the divine partner, but it's about children between them, or their own inner child as well. So again, they are working hard on month of February is going to be about them working towards their understanding of the idea of letting go, and really feeling more and more comfortable with themselves. The finance and career ones, let's see what the cards are saying. Page of water. I swear we always get I always get water cards for divine masculine with these with this deck. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. Page is about the bringer of good news. It's about the new energies that are coming in. And with this card, it's an absolutely beautiful card for the masculine, because water is about the emotions. It's about hidden emotions. So they are going into a new beginning of love. This is more about the careers and finances, but it's also being brought forward by their divine, by the love that they feel in themselves. It feels with this as definitely a new beginning in careers and finances. And it could be connected either to their divine partner, their twin flame, or their divine partner. And I feel also it's about someone else coming into their lives that will bring opportunities to them, or someone offering them a new job, or offering them a new promotion that is very different than the things that they are used to. So this is definitely like an upgrade. This is very much an upgrade to the divine masculine, and it's coming with everything with it. As they go through this exercise, and they're going to be tapping more and more into their intuitive abilities, or their psychic abilities, which is really their connection to the divine. As we can see from the beginning of the reading of the masculine, they're tapping into more and more of themselves. They are starting to honor more and more of their hearts and their souls, and that sense of direction that is coming from them and is not coming from the previous programming, whether it's from their fathers, from the society about what they should be do, karmic lovers or connections. It is really about them going forward with what they feel psychically or intuitively guided to. So I'm feeling some of them are going to be getting some really good news about changes coming into their lives, in their careers and finances. And also about networking possibilities with someone who's going to open up much more to them. A really, really, really good card for the masculine. I feel a lot of abundance coming forward right now for them. A lot of abundance. Interesting, a second card, Knight of Fire. It's a lot of movement here for the masculine. This is all about the passion. Passion, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. So they're going to be faced with opportunities coming to them. And again, it's a movement forward with a lot of passion. There's a lot of passion in it, but they're going to have to tap into their divine knowledge and their intuitive knowledge to feel if they're comfortable with it or not. And it's coming fast, and it's coming to them. With this, the guys are really saying that they have to really trust themselves, trust their intuition with the guidance that they're getting. They're going to be able to make the right decision with this. And I don't know why, but it's coming with, some of them are getting into the arts, more artistic expressions. That's a message that's just coming, maybe for a specific group of people. I'm seeing more things like in the ideas of painting, music, arts in general, acting, auditioning for things, you know, singing. It's more of artistic expressions. And it could be a job also that will entail them to really gear for their own expression of explaining things, like training, education. It's more about something that is not mechanically done. It's really more about your own character, your own soul shining through, and connecting with other people. Beautiful cards. A lot of passion and a lot of emotions coming forward. They're going to be passionately going forward with something. The Ascended Master working with the divine masculine energies is Jesus. Open your heart to love. It's a beautiful card. And Jesus, he's working with them, and they can tap into his energy and call upon Jesus as an Ascended Master, whatever you really believe in. But Jesus is a master healer, and he's working with them to open their hearts out. I feel very much this is about that card, the deception card. This is about them opening their hearts to remove the mask. And feeling that love in their hearts is not a point of vulnerability, it's the point of strength. So they're going to be working with Jesus, and I love that. I've worked with him. I work with him actually a lot as a healer. So Jesus is going to be working with them. Let's go into the Divine Feminine energy and see what's coming with the Divine Feminine. The first card for the Divine Feminine energies is Transition. Divine feminine energies are going through this period where they're transitioning into their power. They're gaining more and more strength into their divine feminine energy, and they are really, really transitioning. So many of the divine feminine are going to feel right now with the moon energies, with the energies that we're going through, with the eclipse, and all these different kinds of energies that we're tapping into. We're going through that transition. So it's a move upwards for them. It's a move where they are being transitioned into a higher level of love. And I see the roses here too. It's really about love. It's more of them becoming more and more into that energy of unconditional love for themselves and love for their life. It's a very peaceful, very angelic energy that they're moving into. So they're moving into that transition right now. The second card for our divine feminine is reflection. This card is about sometimes the divine feminine energy feels this idea of life review, and they're reflecting on their life. They're reflecting on the journey that has led them through this specific time, and they're looking into it from the idea is what I've been through, what I'm going into. I feel this is about that transition they're going into because they're letting go of the past. They're letting go of cycles from the past and chapters also from the past. Divine Masculine is going through that as well, but this is coming more of like, there's a little bit of sadness that comes with it as we're moving forward because we see the hard times that we've been going through. But the guides are really saying to the feminine energies to not feel sadness, but to feel they should be really proud of what they've accomplished. They should be really proud of why their journey came to be that way. Even in their hard times that they've had with their divine masculine, it's coming for a reason. And again, the same thing about being patient with the process, being patient with how things have to unfold and how things have to show up in our lives. Sometimes when you look back, and especially with this idea of the life review, and that's what Archangel Raziel wants me to focus on that with you right now. There's this whole idea of the wisdom of our life review, and it's it's specific for the divine feminine, but it's also it could be messages also for the divine masculine. And what he's saying is a life review is like reading a book. You can't skip a chapter, so you cannot skip a chapter to understand the whole book. If you skip chapters in that book that you're reading, then you're going to miss an important part of how the story and how the plot unfolds and how the details of the story come forward. As we read each chapter, we go through the emotions of each chapter, and each chapter is about us tapping into our own inner knowledge and our own inner wisdom, even if that chapter has painful scenes or painful interactions between or two people. As these chapters unfold, we also uncover many more layers of who we are. So we have to go through each chapter. We have to go through each word, each sentence, each paragraph. This is how the story can end at the end of that book. It starts and it ends, but there's so much wisdom that goes into the middle of that book. That book is about our life. That is our life. And our life is not about skipping chapters or skipping phases in our development or phases in our evolution. It's about us going through each and every part of that evolution and absorbing it and gearing it towards what the next chapter is going to be about. See, this is a different kind of book. These are chapters that we write and rewrite as we go through our life. Each chapter we are able to write, and each chapter we are also able to see and able to understand and able to gain wisdom from that chapter. It is us really co-creating each chapter. We co-create what we need from each chapter. We also co-create the experiences that we go through from each chapter. This is the wisdom of the ages. This is the wisdom of the soul. Archangel Raziel is also showing me a picture of a rose. That rose, he's saying that rose represents how beautiful our lives can be. You can see a rose and you can focus on the thorns of that rose. But you can also look at that rose or that flower and forget the idea of the thorns. Because the thorns have to be removed before you actually can hold that flower in your hand and you can feel comfortable with it, to smell it, to enjoy it, and to bring it close to your heart. This is about our life chapters. They're exactly the same way. Removing the thorns of the stem of that flower, that rose, so we can hold it close in our hearts. It represents our love, the divine, our love in our hearts. Each chapter is about love. Each chapter represents love. And the way we tackle love and the way we perceive love can make each chapter different than the other chapter. But again, when we come back to the basis of each chapter, we have to uncover all the things and all the layers that hide love from us. Just like we remove the thorns from a stem of a rose or a flower, we are uncovering the beauty within that life review or that life chapter that we're going through. This is the beauty of our life. Our life, divine feminine or divine masculine, is about reading a chapters of a beautiful book that is represented by our soul, and that book comes in many kinds of different chapters, and we can choose many things we can go through when we're reading that book, but we cannot skip chapters. We have to go through each and every chapter because it's what we co-create in the previous chapter. So you have to look at each time in your life as a time where you're co-creating that next chapter you're going to be reading. You're never helpless in the process. You're very much a person with power, a soul with power to co-create its future, its present, and also to co-create its past. See, when you move ahead, you have co-created your past. When you're in the moment, when you're in the now, you are co-creating your present moment, but also you're co-creating that future moment. So stay where you are, but also understand where you've been and what you're going through. Co-create your chapters, co-create your book. All with divine love. Thank you. That was Archangel Raziel with a quick channel message for our divine feminine. I could not have said it better. This is the card reflection that came for the divine feminine. So what I'm getting really from this is the divine feminine have to understand the importance of it's the importance of steps in our lives. It's the importance of taking our time to manifest our needs, wants, and wishes, and understanding that if things are not coming at the right time in our own perception, it's going to come at the divine right timing, but also we're not helpless in the process because we are co-creating what's coming forward. We're co-creating, we're creating the time, we're also creating the manifestation of what we want to have in our lives. It's not about just asking the divine for intervention when we're not doing the work. Again, it's a very important message for our divine feminine to really tap into their own power and understanding why things are happening the way they are. It's the process. The third card came for our divine feminine is Sanctuary. This is about the divine feminine finding sanctuary in in their divine love and in their happiness. See, at times when life is difficult or when life is challenging for us, when we take a step back and tap into even the love that we have for our divine masculine, or the love that we have for the twin, this is our sanctuary. When we remember the love, remembering the love is sometimes as an energy, it supports us in moving forward with painful or with challenging steps that could affect the way we see things. But it's also showing me a peacock. Peacock as a spirit animal, it represents grace and pride, and represents the showing off a little bit. But also it is about the beauty within. It's about our divine beauty, how we were created beautiful. This is a message for also our divine feminine energies to seek the sanctuary, or seek high vibration actions or activities when they're really feeling down, when they're feeling the toughness of a physical disconnection or a physical separation from their divine partner or their twin flame. It's about when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, make a choice of what kind of activities you're gonna spend your time doing, because you have to focus on activities that raise your vibration, and those activities are about self-love. Self-love is more about doing the things that nurture your soul, nurture your body, and nurture your spirit. So, for example, some of the things that raise the vibration could be if you spend time outdoors in nature, just walking and interacting with nature. And I would suggest being alone, because when you're alone, you can actually hear yourself. You can actually relax and connect with nature in a very de-stressed way. You can also do dancing, for example. Dancing is an amazing experience where you raise your vibration, because music is about happiness, and it's about self-expressions of your body. You don't have to go to a club to dance. You don't have to dance with someone. Dance with yourself. Do silly moves and enjoy freeing your body in that way. Other things, of course, you can do to nurture yourself is by maybe doing a massage, having a massage done. Exercising is an amazing form to de-stress and do something really good and beneficial for your body. If you, sometimes when we are stressed out, we want to eat a lot more. So even if you feel that stress that you want to eat, try to make a choice of what you eat. Eat something that is healthy, that is going to be nourishing and nurturing for you. It's not going to make you feel bad or feel guilty afterwards. Always connect your lower vibration with something that will bring it up to a higher vibration. Don't, for example, go smoking or drinking alcohol or drugs or anything like that, because again, all these different things can lower your vibration, and they actually help. Unfortunately, as they lower your vibration, they can connect you with more negative energies. So get yourself out of that cycle of negativity by when you're feeling that sense of I'm imbalanced, I don't know what to do, I'm stressed out, always do more and more activities to bring out your higher vibration back again. With the Romance Angel cards, the first card is coming for our Divine Feminine. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. With this, sometimes the Divine Feminine are going to be working in the month of February on feeling the day that their love for the Divine Masculine is not something that, how do I word this? It is an empowering feeling, and they can be safe in their knowledge that their divine partner loves them, they're safe in their knowledge that their twin flame loves them unconditionally and openly, and always, that love is always there for them. And as we feel more and more safe in loving another unconditionally, and opening up to it, and opening up to our intuition about it, and not feeling the idea that I don't know what's happening, I don't know what's going on, always remember that it is okay to love, because love is a freeing experience. It's not an experience about feeling tied or feeling held back. It's saying also that because many of the divine masculine are watching the feminine as they are expressing love, the divine masculine is also waiting for that sign. The second card, let your friends help. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This is about the divine feminine connecting more and more with their spirit guides, getting guidance from the spirit guides, and not only getting the guidance, but also trusting the guidance of your spirit guides, because they're seeing things from a much bigger perspective. They're connecting with your soul, and they're understanding what your journey is all about. So they're helping you manifest things connecting to your union, and they're helping you understand what's going on, and they're helping you with that process that we're going through. So that's their job really with you as a spirit guide. So you have not only to be open to it, but also to trust it and keep working with it. You ask for their help, and they're giving you help, so take it. The last card for the romance, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This is about the divine feminine energies, not just forgiving their past and their chapters, but also forgiving their divine masculine for the things that happened in 3D that they didn't really really enjoy having, like were negative for them, were negative memories, bring back fears of being abandoned by the divine masculine, and or feeling unloved by their divine masculine. It's all these feelings have to go away, because they have to forgive their divine masculine and understand that they were doing this because that separation in physical had to happen so that they both can grow and they can both can heal. So it's an important card for the divine feminine right now coming to them. Forgiveness is very important to move into the next chapter. When it comes to careers and finances, the card is coming for the feminine is 3 of Air. Great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. This is more about our intellect, and it's about our ideas. I feel with this, especially with careers and finances coming for our divine feminine in February, it's about our guides are really telling the divine feminine is to take their time, appreciating the steps that they're taking in their careers, and also the steps that they're taking, especially if, in their spiritual journeys, because it's connecting with their careers. Like, things are taking a little bit more time with them, and they have to be patient with that, because there's a lot of healing going on in their careers and in their finances. And they should forgive themselves for any steps that they took maybe in the past that they regretted taking, or a career maybe that they changed, or a job that they changed, or they regretted maybe debts or wrong financial decisions that they've done in the past, because it was important that they go through this, because it was again the way that their lives were supposed to go through, and it's now their time to heal all these finances and career issues. And especially also with if they are going through their mission and their life purpose, it's about that as well. Is to take their time to let the mission and let their purpose open ideas to them as time comes by. You can't rush things. You have to let things take their time to manifest. Was important also for the divine feminine energy that I look at the bottom of the card. It's a number 14. It's Archangel Zadkiel. It is about balance. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. It's a beautiful card. This is a major arcana, which really is about the divine feminine balancing their energies. Very much this is about balancing our work life, career life, with our family life, our own life, our own bodies, our own divine feminine lives. Because we cannot, for example, ask for more work when we can't handle what we have right now. Again, this is about going with an easy flow in our life. Keep balancing, balancing, balancing. That's an important message for our divine feminine, is to balance their times between all the things that they have to be responsible for, and making sure that they nurture themselves as well. And they are at a happy flow for them. They know when to stop, they know when to work, and they know when to take care of their family, for example. Very important thing for our divine feminine, because sometimes we, or the divine feminine energies in general, they tend to overdo things. And I know it's not about gender specific really here, because there are men and women with that same energy, that divine feminine that they want to give, to the point that they forget themselves and they forget to nurture and create that important balance in our lives. The goddesses and the ascended masters working with the divine feminine in the month of February. We're working with Kali, endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Beautiful card. Kali is amazing about making sure that we don't leave the old lingering around. Her message really is about, when we release the old, we allow the new to come in. We can't keep rushing the new to come in when we are still living in our old. For example, it's like you're wearing old clothes when you are looking to maybe go into a huge nice party and you're not dressed for the occasion. Of course, it's not, this is a very material example, but it's like that kind of mentality. It's like you can't go into a new energy when you're still reflecting the old energy, the pains of the past, the situations of the past. You have not done enough healing. So she's really showing us the patterns from the past that we need to overcome, so we can allow the beautiful new energy to come forward to us. The second card is the Egyptian goddess Maat, fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. And I love that she's wearing this, she's carrying the scales. Maat was the goddess overseeing the weighing and the weighing of the heart in ancient Egypt's afterlife. She's really, what she's saying right now is about balancing the scale. There's a lot of messages about balancing right now. What she's saying is that your soul holds that scale. Like if you look at it, for example, in that card, she's holding a scale. But what she's saying right now is that your soul holds that scale. And that scale is something you actually control. If you tap into your soul, you'll be able to manage that scale so everything is equal. So the goodness in your life, or that new or that beautiful energy in your life, can be balanced against your soul. So you are living in this harmonious balance in your life. And I feel what she's saying with this is that sometimes the divine feminine feel sad because they feel that many situations in their lives have not ended in fairness to them, have not really shown them a fair and just result, or a fair and just interaction. So Maat here is coming to tell us, or to work with the divine feminine energies in the month of February, to bring that just and fair outcome of many situations. And many of this is going to be about the idea of balance. What kind of balance we're working with. She's also saying that that as we bring in more peace in our lives, we allow justice to actually happen as well. We allow those fair and just results to come forward. That really justice and fairness come when we are at peace with things. When we live in peace with our lives, our chapters, our karmics, our karmic ex partners and all that, we allow justice to come forward. Because at that point, we start to perceive justice in a very different way. And then at that point, we realize that everything has happened to the best. And we have that just and a fair outcome of our lives. Beautiful energy for our divine feminine. I mean, there's nothing more than having two kind of major arcanas for our divine feminine about importance of balance and the importance of tapping into peace. Maat is an amazing goddess to work with. I love her energy. I work with her a lot, and her message to us is we're gonna get what we feel is rightful for us when we have peace with all these different energies that we worked with in the past and all the pain. Again, as Callie is saying here, is when we let go of the past, so we allow that new to show up in our lives, and Maat is supporting that because we're going to see it as we have more peace with the past. These are beautiful messages for our divine feminine and our divine masculine, and it's going to be an amazing February. Again, this is about Valentine's Day, and about which Valentine's Day should be every day for us. It's expressions of love, and it's time that we express love to those who we care about. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. It's about the expressions of appreciation and gratitude for those who we share our journeys with. Even our divine partners who are not talking to us, or even our divine partners who, unfortunately, we sometimes have to be in that physical separation from them. It's appreciation for that journey itself. Again, I'd love to listen back to that message from Archangel Raziel about our chapters in the book. This is, I feel this is huge for the month of February for both masculine and feminine energies, because we're reaching these points about our understanding and about our balance. It's important that the divine feminine keep balancing things out, because the divine feminine carry the creation of life. They carry that movement forward with life, and we need the energy from our divine masculine to create that new beginning. So we need both energies, but both have to be at a balance, and both have to be working more and more towards the healing that we need from the inside, so the outside can be a reflection of that. I'm sure there's more to come as the month goes by, but this is a general message for our twin flames and our divine partners about the month of February. And I'll end at that. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, a private session, please check my website, soulspeak.com. For all the different services that I do video readings, I do the one-on-one Skype sessions, of course, which are amazing for healing and for getting the one-on-one messages from Spirit at the moment. I also do my video readings, of course, for twin flames, and really for any question that you may have. And also I have my channeled messages as a service, and I do soul readings as well from pictures. So please check my website for if you would like to book up a reading with me. Also check my Facebook group page, Soul Speak, because I post things on it as well. As time goes by, there could be a news or information that I need to share with you. And thank you again for sharing, subscribing to my channel, and for sharing my videos, and for all your beautiful comments. Have a blessed, happy, and an amazing month of February.